Alright, so we're back with another decode. This is going to be on the death of Frank Church, politician and U.S. intelligence investigator. He's involved in a case against U.S. intelligence agencies that were involved in spying on Americans. And we're also going to be talking about George Orwell, his famous book 1984, and the fact that he was in the Fabian Society, and bring in the Guidestones as well. So Frank Church died on 4/7, the Club of Rome's birthday. And Club of Rome consists of politicians like himself, like Church. And notice the last name. Club of Rome, Church. Oh, wow. We could just stop there. But Club of Rome, Republican, Democrat, which Church was. Government and authority all equal 47. We know how big this number is, 47. He was an Idaho senator, and Idaho Senate equals 47. He graduated from Stanford in 1947, and what do you think Stanford equals? 47. In 1976, he announced he was running for president 4 months and 7 days before his birthday. And what do you think president equals? Exactly 47. The CIA was established in 1947. Frank died on, like I said, on the Club of Rome's birthday, but specifically their 16th birthday. 16th equals 47. Just thought that was kind of interesting, so I threw it in there. But furthermore, the NSA, which is an agency like the CIA, the NSA created 47 days after the CIA's birthday. NSA 47. Frank Church died exactly 211 weeks after the Guidestones were opened. Mason 211 and Jewish gematria 211 is the 47th prime number. Recall the other 47s with masonry, like their compass set to 47 degrees and all that stuff. But the Club of Rome was for this. I'm not even going to say it, because I actually want to post this on my channel that's on its last leg, I'm not going to say that, but the Club of Rome was for this. What's highlighted? Think about the Guidestones, the first rule in this word, 47. But could this ritual be more of a mockery, as Frank Church is connected to 211 along with its prime number 47, and Vatican equals 47, and the Vatican became a city-state on 2/11? I mean, come on. And the Club of Rome was founded in 1968. 68 connecting to Catholicism, of course. In 1984, which we'll be talking about throughout this decode, like I said. 1984, about a surveillance state, totalitarianism. This book, 1984, published on a date written like 68 on 6/8. 68 days before the Society of Jesus' birthday. I mean, come on. Society of Jesus / the Jesuit order, who operate out of the Catholic Church, who serve them. 1984 describes the surveillance state. Think about the CIA, an acronym equating to none other than 68. And spies equals 68. With this thing with Frank Church and his committee, they investigated all this, basically they were trying to decide if these U.S. intelligence agencies were too overbearing, too invasive on its own people. The CIA's birthday is 201 days before the Club of Rome's birthday, connecting to 201, connecting to Order of Illuminati, Freemasonic Order, and the Jesuit Order. On January 27th in 1975, the Senate voted to form the U.S. Senate Select Committee to study governmental operations. This would be later called the Church Committee, like I was saying, named after its chair, Frank Church. The date this happened on was a span of 201 days before the Society of Jesus' birthday. Also, George Orwell equals 1229, just as Winston does. Winston is the name of the main character in 1984, and 1229 is the 201st prime number. In addition, this date is written like 127, which connects to Bavarian Illuminati. Big Brother is watching you, a repeated statement in 1984. Ministry 127, and ministry is what they call a department of like work or something like that in 1984. And religion 127. It just must be a coincidence that this connects to someone named Frank Church. So this date that I was talking about, January 27th, starting date of the work of what would later be known the Church Committee. This date was 186 days after Frank Church's birthday. Frank Church, none other than 186. And 1984, spelled out as so, equals 1109 in Jewish gematria. 1109 is the 186th prime number. What would later be known as the Church Committee started their work a span of 187 days after Church's birthday, and Society of Jesus 187, of course. And the Guidestones destroyed on the 187th day of the year. What would later be known as the Church Committee started their work on January 27th. This date was 216 days after George Orwell's birthday. And in Jewish gematria, Big Brother is watching you. That phrase I talked about earlier equals 2160, like 216, which is the product of 6 times 6 times 6. Frank Church equals 666 in English Sumerian gematria. And the Illuminati, that watchful eye, the surveillance state, the CIA, just think about all this. And the Illuminati created on May 1st, phrase equating to 666 in English Sumerian. Church died 78 days before modern Freemasonry's birthday, and the anniversary of the book 1984, and the anniversary of the publication of the book 1984 was 78 days after the Guidestones opened, and 78 connecting the Scottish Rite, Jesuit, and Order Out of Chaos. Order Out of Chaos, the motto of the Jesuits and Masons. In addition, George Orwell was in the Fabian Society. Fabian Society, 78, and its birthday was 78 days before the Guidestones were opened. And just again, think about what the Guidestones stood for. They were the commandments of the New World / New World Order. And the Guidestones destroyed 182 days before the Fabian Society's birthday. George Orwell, 182, again a member of the Fabian Society. You could also say the Guidestones were destroyed 183 days after the Fabian Society's birthday, and Order Out of Chaos equals 183. Of course, the Guidestones were destroyed in 2022, like 222. 1984 was published a span of 22 weeks and 2 days after the Fabian Society's birthday. Fabian Society, 222. Order Out of Chaos, 222. And for more connections between the Guidestones and 222, go watch my video on the bombing of the Georgia Guidestones. Frank Church died 257 days after his birthday. His birthday was on a date that could be written 25/7, and blood sacrifice 257. You could also say he died a span of 258 days after his birthday. 258 connecting to Order of Illuminati, Beast Sacrifice, and Sacrifice to Saturn. Number of the Beast also equals 258. His last name, Church, like Catholic Church, like I've been saying. The Catholic Church, a phrase equating to 84. The Jesuit Order, 84. Jesuit alone, 84. And as we've been connecting him to George Orwell's 1984, what year do you think Frank Church died in? None other than 1984. And United States of America equals 84. And Orwell, how I've been saying, belonged to the Fabian Society. And Fabian Society was established in 1884. A phrase that has been coined after Orwell is Orwellian state, and in Jewish gematria, the Orwellian state equals 1534, which is the year the Society of Jesus was founded. George Orwell died a span of 266 days after the Illuminati's birthday. 1984, spelled out as so, equals 266. And another phrase repeated in 1984 is down with Big Brother, which equals 266. The Jesuit motto is Us Hominum Salvator, equals 266. And how this connects to the Jesuits specifically. The first Jesuit pope is the 266th pope. The Guidestones were the monument of the New World Order, which were destroyed 166 days after George Orwell's death date. George Orwell's real name, Eric Blair, a name equating to 166. Big Brother, and Big Brother means big government, totalitarian government. That's what that means. That's what that phrase means from 1984. Big Brother equals 166, and Secret Society equals 166. In leap years, Orwell's birthday was on the 177th day of the year. A concept in 1984 is thought crime. Thought crime equals 177. And 177 also connects to New World Order, the Jesuit Order, the Mark of the Beast, and propaganda, which is constantly force-fed to people in 1984. The Guidestones were opened 177 days after the Jesuit Order's birthday. And 1984 the book begins on a date that is a span of 177 days before the Jesuit Order's birthday. To go back to Frank Church, he dropped out of the presidential election in favor of Jimmy Carter, and Jimmy Carter did win this presidential election, and he was the president when the Guidestones opened. And Frank Church died 177 days before Jimmy Carter's birthday. That was all I had to say. Thank you guys for watching, and I'm out. Peace.